Coming up on this episode of Design to the Nines, I have a couple of easy and inexpensive outdoor decor items, one of which knocks off a Pottery Barn item for a fraction of the cost. So if that sounds good to you, stay tuned. Welcome to Design to the Nines. I'm Natalie Callahan, and if this is the first time we're meeting, I'm so glad you could join me. If you like learning about all things home related, including interior decor and DIY, then you're in the right place, and I'd ask you to consider subscribing to my channel below and turning the notifications on so you don't miss a thing. In fact, next week is a very big and exciting week on Design to the Nines, so stick with me to the end of this video and I'll tell you more about it. I'm outside on my patio and pool deck, and I'm going to give you a little tour of what it looks like. A lot of times, because I have kids and they like to have fun out in the pool, but they don't always organize. So I've got some ideas to make this a really fun place to hang out this summer, because during the summer we spend a lot of time in the pool. So I thought it would be fun to add some decor with a little bit of function and a little bit of decor for fun, for mom, for me, and for all of our guests. So on today's episode, I'm going to be doing a Pottery Barn dupe that's going to save you a ton of money. I'm really excited about it, and it has applications not only outdoors, but you can use it indoors. It's a very, very flexible project. I'll tell you about that in a second. And then I have a couple of little projects to kind of go with this. This is not like a full patio makeover. It's more of just a couple of things to spruce it up. But let's get started on our project for today. My first project is from Pottery Barn. I found these alphabet letters, and I knew I wanted to do something with some typography outside, and they were about $25 a piece, so that was a little bit expensive. Now, some of my other dupes, you'll notice, are not the most inexpensive dupes ever, but I always try to recreate the looks for less while still maintaining some level of quality. On my project, I ordered these letters off of Amazon. They were about $5 to $6 a piece. It kind of depends on the letter, and they are actual wood. Now you can save a little bit more money and do this project for even cheaper if you're doing it indoors. Hobby Lobby has a chipboard letter that's almost identical, and it is about $2 a piece, and sometimes if you find it on sale or a coupon, you might be able to get it as low as $1 or $1.20 a piece, so that would even be more savings for you. But since mine is outdoors, I didn't want to use chipboard. I wanted to make sure it was an actual wood letter. They're going to hold up a little bit better with all of the humidity, all of the water that's going to be around. So all we're going to do is spray paint these in black, and then I've got a hook that's very similar. I'll put the link for these as well. So I'm not planning on attaching the hook directly to the letter, but instead I actually got a plaque that I picked up from Hobby Lobby on sale, 50% off for $12. And I'm gonna put my letters and hooks on that. Again, you could put these in the mudroom, you could put these on your entryway, use it, spell out the word love, spell out the word home, family, whatever, your last name. I'm spelling the word swim for obvious reasons, and I will be using ours as a place to hang our beach towels. Okay, so I have a finite amount of time before it rains. It's a little loud from the construction, but I'm gonna have to push through this project because it's gonna rain and I wanna get this project done for you. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is I got some Rust-Oleum carbon black spray paint. It's roof accessory spray paint, which I actually thought would be perfect for outdoors. If it's meant for roofing stuff, that sees a lot of weather. So I thought that would be good, and I also really liked the idea of a carbon black spray paint. So we're gonna spray our letters. So our letters are dry, and I actually ended up spray painting the hooks. Even though they were already black, they were a little bit more shiny, and I wanted them to have the same kind of matted finish as the letters. Pottery Barn hung theirs by screwing right through the letters, and that's what we're gonna do as well. So I'm gonna do the screws top and bottom here and top and bottom on the I. And then on the W and the M, we're gonna go on the wide side. So we've got our letters on, and now it's time to do our hooks. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this on a wood backing is because the screws that come with the hooks are not very long. And so by screwing them into a piece of wood, that will make them nice and secure. Maybe down the road I'll add a sealer coat, But as for now, I don't mind it getting a little age on it. I'm gonna hang our swim sign right here. It's right next to my slider glass. It's a perfect place to hang the towels. And I will eventually put up a different pool rule sign. I want to make something that's a little bit more in keeping with what I've got going decor-wise. And I want to do that when I get a vinyl letter cutter. So if you have a suggestion on that, put that in the comment section below and let me know which is the better vinyl letter cutter, because I definitely am wanting to get one and I would love your input. So let me know, Team Cricut or Team Silhouette. My sign is up and I'm thrilled with how it turned out. I'm going to do a little bit of final stylizing a little bit later, but I just wanted to tell you about the cost comparison. So the one from Pottery Barn, if you did this with Pottery Barn, would have been probably over $125. My version is a little less than $40, which is not like the cheapest dupe in the world. And you'll find that with some of my knockoffs and dupes. They aren't always like the super dirt cheap. Sometimes they are. I pull some out here and there, but I do try to get a high quality look for as little as I possibly can. And again, you can use the chipboard and get that price a little bit lower, as well as get rid of the wood backer board. That would also save you some money. In my case, I wanted it because I felt like it would be a lot more sturdy for what I'm doing, and I liked the idea of the wood next to the kind of the flat matted black industrial letters. So I'm overall really thrilled with this. Now I've got a couple of other projects for you. So I pulled out my barbecue and there's a whole bunch of smoke residue. That's not good. So I thought I'd attempt to clean it before I hung my art that I got. And I'm gonna try a little trick that I saw in another YouTube video. I'm gonna try scrubbing bubbles. So we'll give this a whirl. All right, so I would call the scrubbing bubbles a success. I didn't even scrub. I just let it sit on there and I sprayed it off with like a pressure tip on my hose. And I would say about 80% of it came off. But if you wanted to put a little elbow grease in it, a scrub brush or whatever, that might be a good thing. So I wanted to show you the artwork that I'm gonna be hanging up here, kind of in a gallery style, I guess, or a collage. And I shopped my own house first. And I had this from a couple of years ago. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby on their clearance section a few years ago. It lights up, and I can't remember what I paid for it, but it was a really good deal. And I also got these, I believe at Hobby Lobby. I'm not 100% sure. It might have even been Walmart, but I paid like $1 a piece for them a couple of years ago. So we're gonna use that. And so C is obviously my last name, and G and N is Greg and Natalie. And I just think that I had them and I'm gonna use them. It's kind of fun. And then I got this sign at Hobby Lobby just like last week on their clearance. They had a huge clearance sale. I got it for like 10 bucks, and this was white, and then I just slapped on some black paint that I already had on hand to kind of make it match with the swim sign over there. And so I think this is going to be really cute, and for 10 bucks you can't beat it, and it's got the galvanized metal and it's going to continue that theme. So let's get them up. All right, so I have one last little quick project for you, and it's really easy, and it's just gonna add a little character out to my patio here. So what I have is I have an antique toolbox that I picked up at an antique store in Maine when I was living there. And I already had it on hand, and I decided to turn it into a little herb garden. So I've got an assortment of herbs that I've just placed in there. I haven't even put them in any fancy pots or anything like that. I probably could. That would add a little bit of charm and everything. I have some leftover rocks from a project that I got at the Dollar Tree. They're just some cute little stones that I'm gonna fill in some of this empty space on either side. I probably could have fit probably 4 more herbs in there, but I think I've got what I need here. I have one last little added element that's more of like a personal touch. My sister had a baby who was stillborn a couple of years ago, and so every June when he was supposed to be born, she does Brody rocks. So I'm gonna just add those on top of the stones in my nephew's honor. And while I'm talking about family, today is my mother and daughter's birthday. They share the same birthday. And so I just want to wish you both a happy birthday. I love you, and I hope your day is great. And even though we're not together, just know that my heart's with you, and I love you both very much. So happy birthday. My projects are complete for this episode. Now, I am super happy with how everything turned out, and at the same time, I know that this is not designed to the nines. It's not by any means done as far as my pool and patio decor is concerned. I still would love to do some drapery. I want to string lights over the pool. I need to add some pillows to my lounge chairs. And so I've got lots of projects to do, and that is okay. We can decorate in stages. We don't need to drop a whole bunch of money all at once. In fact, on next week's episode, what I hinted at is a big challenge that I've issued. I've issued a challenge to a whole bunch of other female YouTubers to use a power tool in their tutorial on their channel. I've created a collaborative playlist that they are going to join in, and I'm inviting you as well. If you have a YouTube channel and you would like to build something with a power tool, it's called the Girls Can Use Power Tools Challenge, and it's next week on my episode. And for that episode, I'm going to be doing a Ballard design dupe of a chandelier, and it's going to be hung over my table here, and it's going to be amazing. And we're going to build it from scratch, and we're going to do it for a tiny fraction of the cost. And that will be yet another layer out here in this pool and patio area. What was your favorite project here? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked this episode, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out my channel if you subscribe to it below and turn the notifications on so you don't miss out on a thing. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope to see you next week for the Girls Can Use Power Tools Challenge. It's gonna be great. See you then.